when he led the Los Angeles Philharmonic. Then in 1941, his opera Troubled Island was the first by a black composer ever performed by a major company. I'm Jackie Jackson, remembering William Grant Still and celebrating a great moment in our history.
If you lose your checks, you jeopardize your account to forgery. Check yourself and safeguard your checks. This is AFN Television Europe.
Not all Americans think of the Kennedys as a royal family, believe me.
They're the closest thing to royalty America has, and now the Kennedy family is the subject of a brand new miniseries that purports to tell all about the founding days of the dynasty. The Kennedys of Massachusetts, the inside story on entertainment this week for the second weekend of February.
Thanks so much for being with us. I'm Lisa Gibbons.
And I'm John Tesh. Kennedy, the name conjures up images of ambition, power, scandal, and tragedy. Now it's conjuring up a 6-hour mini-series that ABC will begin airing next weekend. For most people, the images surrounding the name Kennedy are a mixture of President John F. Kennedy's Camelot and the many headlines that followed, chronicling the extreme highs and lows of the Kennedy clan. But a new miniseries digs deep to uncover the roots of power, the not-so-humble beginnings of the Kennedys of Massachusetts.
I'll tell you something, Rosie. The 10-year reunion of the class in 1912, Joseph P. Kennedy's going to walk across the Harvard yard a millionaire.
The 6-hour drama, based on a novel by Doris Kearns Goodwin, begins with the courtship of JFK's parents, Rose Fitzgerald, played by Annette O'Toole, and Joseph Kennedy, played by William Peterson. It follows the couple through 55 years of marriage, 9 children, and numerous personal tragedies.
Most people said to me, "You're playing Rose Kennedy, but she's so old." I said, "Well, she wasn't always old. She was, at one time, a young woman."
While we were shooting it, I was realizing how tremendously dramatic it actually was for this family to go through the things that they went through. And come out the other side.
The real-life adventures of Joe and Rose revolved around their political families and unlikely rise to power as Catholics in Protestant Boston. Some of Joe's most notorious actions are only touched on in the miniseries, such as stock manipulation and bootlegging. Author Doris Kearns Goodwin says Joe may have been one of the most interesting of the Kennedys.
He was ruthless in business. He was selfish. He never cared about building anything in any business he was in except for building a foundation of money for his family, because his real dream was to have his sons break those barriers that he had been hurt by as a young man in Protestant Boston.
The miniseries does include Joe's secret affair with screen legend Gloria Swanson and his desire to groom one of his sons to be the first Irish Catholic president of the United States. When their eldest son, Joe Jr., was killed in World War II, Joe Sr. turned to son number 2, Jack. Charles Durning plays grandfather John Fitzgerald, the former mayor of Boston, who also helped shape JFK's career.
You're my namesake, Jack. And I bust with pride for it.
You can't live in this time and those times with the Kennedys and not be impressed by that whole family. In one way or the other, good or bad.
And the family continues to thrive today with a new generation of Kennedys in politics. Goodwin says the Kennedys of Massachusetts will help America understand the political drive behind this family that continues 3 generations later.
My concern is what happens to those Kennedy family members who want to be writers or architects or housewives. They just want to stay home. My feeling is that they must feel enormous pressure to succeed and do something special because of this legacy behind them.
But at least 2 of the Kennedy offspring who have entered public service are content with the notoriety that comes with being a Kennedy.
Not all Americans think of the Kennedys as a royal family, believe me. But and we don't think of ourselves in any way in that regard. But I think that there's just been so much attention.
As my grandmother has so often said, that I think that it's very important. Certainly, if you're given more, you ought to be able to do more with it.
All this will not be finished in the first 100 days, nor will it be finished in the first 1,000 days. But let us begin.
Research for the book and miniseries came from 150 cartons of information stored at the family's Hyannisport compound and includes everything from family love letters to Gloria Swanson's tax returns. Rose Kennedy is now 99 years old and living at the Hyannisport home.
The Laker girls have made a home for themselves during timeouts between baskets. This week they moved to center court as the cameras began rolling on their story.
The Laker girls.
This is what sports fans see during halftime at every Los Angeles Laker home game. The Laker girls strutting their stuff. Now they're the subject of a CBS TV movie.
Energy goes, energy.
Filming started this week on campus at the University of Southern California. Dozens of young actresses went before the camera to portray women who hope to become Laker girls. The TV movie stars Alexandra Paul, Paris Vaughn, and Tina Yothers.
So have you had many dance lessons? Some. Watch out. Sounds like a sleeper to me.
The actresses say they've researched the real Laker girls.
We've taken the time to talk to the girls and make sure that, you know, we're not doing anything that would embarrass them or that's too Hollywood. And I think it's pretty realistic what we're doing so far.
These are the real Laker girls, and they work hard practicing their craft. Many have parts in the TV movie, and most hope CBS will portray what they do accurately.
I honestly don't know how it's going to come out. I hope that it focuses on our dancing and doesn't get too so-called Hollywood, you know.
To dance like a Laker girl is not easy. Just ask Tina Yothers.
We worked 2 weeks before actual start. Legs are so sore from all the work. Oh my gosh.
And according to Alexandra Paul, these real Laker girls will be glad to know this is not going to be another exploitation TV movie.
The dancing that a lot of the Laker girls do is just incredible. And it's very sexy. And it's fun and it's up. But exploitive? No. No, you don't see anybody running around in less clothes than normal or anything like that.
Doing routines like this are anything but routine. It takes hard work and a lot of practice, something these dancers hope the TV movie will show when it comes to portraying what it takes to be a Laker girl.
Laker girls.
You know, Paul Abdul gave them a lot of prominence.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if everybody knows that Paul Abdul used to be a Laker girl.
Hot choreography.
There you
They
go.
still have it going for them.
Yeah.
That's
I was going to say
special.
like a male thing there, but...
No, save it.
Won't do it.
We don't need the letters.
Won't do it.
That Laker Girls show is going to air during this season's NBA playoffs.
The word is don't go to Stay with John Larroquette. We're going to tell you why when we showcase the week's new movies.
Coming up next, John Larroquette gets sentenced to live in a madhouse full of unwanted company. And if it happened in real life, he'd be up on murder charges.
And later, the grades are in on Stella. See what the paying public thinks about Bette Midler's new hit.
Some people say that it ain't easy, and some will even say it's a grind. But that ain't true when it comes to you. You never were the bickering kind. When there's a job to do, you do it right. You never shy away. You're working hard and working proud for the USA. Some people stand out above the crowd, and they're a sight to see. Working hard and working proud, it comes on naturally. Ready to rise, take the challenge. One comes their way, working hard and working proud for the USA. They're working hard, working proud for the working proud for the USA.
I was born in Mexico City, and my parents brought me to California when I was 12. My name is Robert Graham. I'm a sculptor. The Olympic Gateway was a very important commission for me. I was very happy to be chosen. All the work that I've done to this point has been related to the fact that it's what you can achieve within the opportunity that is in America.
It's more real here than it is back in the United States because there are a lot of different nations, different people. Be aware of it. Keep your eyes out. Pay attention to those things we ask you to pay attention to. But don't run your whole life based on the fact that the sky is falling Chicken Little, because it's not. There are significantly more peace-loving people who want to get along in the world than there are terrorists.
Courage Mountain, the story of Heidi during the war years, stars Charlie Sheen and Juliette Caton and opens Friday. Other films opening Friday include Revenge with Kevin Costner and Anthony Quinn, Nightbreed with David Cronenberg and Charles Hayde, and Madhouse starring John Larroquette and Kirstie Alley.
In Madhouse, John Larroquette plays Mark Bannister, a man who loses control when he can't rid his home of unwanted guests. As Jeannie Wolf shows us, Larroquette resorts to drastic measures against these two-legged pests.
She's going to a hotel, right? Jesse, no, we are not taking her in.
Oh, come on. In Madhouse, John Larroquette's character, Mark Bannister, is on a slow burn until he just can't take anymore and finally cracks over unwanted house guests. In real life, he says it would never get to that point.
I would have killed them long before Mark Bannister got angry at them. I'd have just thrown them out. I mean, I've done that.
Yeah, let's play Cuisinart.
When something's on your mind, you wouldn't have been so, shall we say, nice about it.
No, I'm unfortunately not. I'm much more of a jerk than Mark is. If I'm upset, and even if I explode by admitting that it's my fault, I still have to get the communication out. Otherwise, you know, just it sits there and kind of grows and grows and grows, and then I think of 20 ways to kill them, and then my whole day is spent thinking about their deaths instead of what I'm supposed to go to the grocery store and buy for dinner. You know, so I have to get it out sometime.
The film also gives John a chance, opposite a very alluring Kirstie Alley, to refine his image as one of today's leading comedic sex symbols. What let you play sexy and funny at the same time in this movie, you know?
Well, you know, sex unresolved is funny. To try to grab a moment together when we, to be alone and we can't, immediately lends one toward humorous situations.
I would imagine you might have some of that at home with little kids running around. I mean, what couple doesn't, you know, do you take your wife to the motel? Or?
No, we use Vaseline as a sexual aid. We put it on the doorknob of our bedroom so the kids can't get in.
It's that kind of wry humor that John has perfected over 6 seasons and 4 Emmys as Dan Fielding on Night Court. He says he's loved playing one of the more prominent villains of recent times, and he's hopeful his place in TV history is secure.
20 years from now, hopefully people will get a chance to sit down and look at that once it's gone from present time history and people have forgotten I'm in the Home in Woodland Hills with Larry Storch playing cribbage, that they will look back at the television and go, God, that guy was really funny. That was an interesting character.
Actually, you won't have to wait that long.
You think I'm going to the Home sooner than I want to?
Yeah, John, I just saw Madhouse, and I think they're coming to take you away very soon. Is there anything you want to say before you go?
Yeah, just send the checks, please. Just keep sending the checks.
The check's in the mail, John. The check's in the mail. Jean Wolf, Entertainment This Week.
Larroquette admits that he himself has been an unwanted house guest. In the 1960s, he dropped out of college and hitchhiked around the country. When he found a place he liked, he stayed until his hosts changed the locks.
John Larroquette and Bruce Willis co-starred in the 1987 comedy Blind Date. After that, of course, Willis went on to star in the blockbuster thriller Die Hard. Now he's working on the sequel, Die Hard 2, and as Garrett Glazer reports, it's a tough job, but Willis is being paid handsomely to do it.
I think the challenge in this film really is to see if we can make a better movie.
They have already killed one hostage.
In the original Die Hard, Bruce Willis found himself all alone against a band of terrorists. In Die Hard 2, he's in trouble again.
to the same guy twice!
This is the only scene the producers of Die Hard have released so far, but production has been in full swing in Colorado, and on this night it's nearly 20 degrees as midnight approaches.
Mrs. Flintstone, this plastic snow is very delicate.
Fake snow and all, it's take after take. If you're working in these conditions, you have to have a sense of humor.
Little squirrel grew up in the cold weather, you know. Oliver! Didn't roll on that? He lost it. It was a gem. It's gone now.
In this scene, Willis and an airport worker are searching for terrorists who've taken over Dulles Airport near Washington.
It's about a Manuel Noriega-type character who is extradited to the United States, stands trial, is convicted for a gazillion years, and is about to be sent to a federal penitentiary. And at Dulles Airport, a trained group of terrorists tries to snatch him. And I just happen to be at the airport picking up my wife.
I'm glad you told me about that ditch out there.
Yeah. Bruce Willis will chase the bad guys on a snowmobile in Die Hard 2, and again, he'll do a lot of his own stunts.
It looks really grueling to watch you work. How challenging is this movie physically for you?
I enjoy this. This is fun. This is, you know, beats the hell out of working in a chemical factory.
How is this one going to be different from the original Die Hard?
Some of the most amazing stunts that have ever been shot on film. We're doing at least 5 things that I know of that have never been done before. So.
Give me a hint.
I get ejected out of a... Can I tell them that one? I get ejected out of a cockpit of a plane just in the nick of time, about 400 feet into the air.
As in the original, Willis will have to defend himself, this time in a part of an airport the public never sees. Willis thinks he knows why Detective John McClane's first story was such a